Hey, 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 it's Monday.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Super Readers. Thank you for joining us in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Nix.
I'm Mrs. Hammock.
And I'm Mrs. O'Leary, substituting for Mrs. Vang this week.
Awesome, John.
We're so glad you're
You're
here.
welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here.
So this is a place for us to come to learn, practice, and grow our brains to become even stronger readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started by warming up our brains with some
Ear training
called Daily Phonemic Awareness. All right, so Super Readers, today we're going to go through and we're going to practice some blending.
Ooh, they're getting good at this.
They are. So we're going to use our arms to practice our blending. I'm going to give you some sounds. And remember, when we're blending, we're squishing those sounds together to make a word. Okay, so let's start with that first one. So get our arms out. And here's our first sound. Ba-oy. Ba-oy. Now squish them together.
Boy.
Boy. Boy. Great job. Did you get it too?
That's a tricky one.
Woo, yes. All right, let's try another one. How about this one? Oy.
Voice. Voice.
Voice.
That's right.
You know what I noticed? That one was a little easier because the sound, you can really stretch it to touch the next sound.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so if that one was easy, let's go with one that's a little challenging. Here we go. Oy.
Point. Point.
Point. Got it. Ooh, I almost ran out of arm.
Right? So many sounds. That was great. So great job. That is something that you can always practice. You can pull apart words, you can put words together, but breaking and blending sounds is a great strategy that's going to help get yourself to be ready to read.
That's right.
You know what else gets us ready to read?
What?
Yes. Yes, I do.
A little dancing. I always like to get a little extra wiggles in.
She's very wiggly.
I do. I get a little wiggly. So it's good. All right. So today we're going to do, what's it called?
Can your camel do a
can?
can?
All right. Let's do this.
Ooh, this is a fast one.
Woo.
We're going to wake up quick.
Absolutely.
Takes a little coordination.
Yeah, she does.
And a little balance too. Wow. But you know, look, now we're moving and, you know, we're
That
ready
did wake
to do
me
stuff.
up.
Right?
Yeah, it
For
did.
sure. It's a good thing. All right, awesome.
All righty, so we are going to start our phonics lesson.
Okay,
That's
well
awesome.
then
All right,
we'll
I'll
see you
guys
in a
later. Okay, so boys and girls, this whole week we are going to be focusing on the oi sound. And we're going to use our boy card to help us this week. So we have a boy, oi, and it's spelled two different ways. It's spelled O-I and then O-Y at the end of a word or a syllable. So let's get started with some blending. I wonder if my friends could join us today. Hi. Hello. I just love my little friends. Thank you for joining. We're going to start with blending some words.
Okay.
Are you up for it?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right, so our first word is up here, right here. And the very beginning sound is And then if you move down, just like we just did, what's our focus? Oi is our focus this week. And the ending sound is
Oh.
So let's try it again. Soil. Good. And one more.
I hear it. Soil.
Yeah, that's good. Very good.
You know what soil is?
What's soil?
It's a fancy way of saying dirt.
Oh,
You are so right. Very good. Don't you just love reading? Isn't
I
reading
do.
just the best? All right, let's do another blend.
Okay.
And we're going to start over here with the beginning and then blend it with me.
Okay.
Joy.
Oy.
Oh, that's a short one. Let's do it again. Joy. And faster.
Joy.
Joy.
Oh,
It's-
that's nice. That's it. I know a girl named Joy.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, we would make this an uppercase J if we were talking about a name.
That's
But
right.
I am filled with joy for being here this week at Valley PBS. So,
Yes.
yes.
We love having you.
So blending is really fun, but so is building words. Do you think you could build a word with me?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
If I
love
gave you
that.
the word, do you think you could build a word?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to think of a word. How about join? Join. And here's all of our letters. Do you think you could help me build that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's that first sound?
Oh, that's the J card.
That's the J card. You are absolutely right. So I'm going to set it right here.
Okay. So it has a oi.
Join.
It has a oi, but you know what? That I think she said that when we are supposed to use the oi is in the middle of a word. So let's try that. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So let's do oi.
Okay. That's our focus sound.
Joy.
Our last sound. What's that last sound?
The end.
Did you get that, boys and girls at home? Did you get that last sound as being n? So let's say it together.
Join.
Join.
That's like when you put two things or three or four together.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
joined all the letters together.
Yeah.
And the word join.
You did a great job. One more word.
Okay.
If you'll help me with one more word before you have to take off. How about boy? Boy.
Oi.
What's that?
Oi.
The first sound, what do you think it is? Boys and girls, what do you think it is?
It's a B.
Yep.
You agree with them?
I agree.
Okay.
All right.
There's my B. And then what comes next? Oi.
I see the word joy that we read, and boy is the same ending part. So I think it's OY because I think they're rhyming words.
Rita, you
Joy,
are so smart.
boy,
You're
they
absolutely
both
right.
say
Let's say that
boy.
together. Boy. Good job.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much for helping me.
You're welcome.
All righty. And so, boys and girls, we're going to read a sentence together. And if I look at that sentence, I've got a couple words in there that have our OA spelling sound pattern. So let's read it together, just you and me. So start at the beginning here. We have an uppercase letter because it's the beginning of a sentence. And it says, oh my goodness. Now I'm seeing 3 words with our OA sound in it. Oh my gosh. Roy, good job, found a coin in the, we said that word, soil, or the dirt in the soil. Roy found a coin in the soil. It's so fun to be able to look at words and blend them and build them and decode them. I just love reading. But now it's time to practice some high frequency words that also help us with reading, and Mrs. Hammock is going to help us with that.
Good morning, super readers. All right, we have 6 words again this week. So let's go over all of them. We're gonna read them, and then we're gonna focus on 2 today. Are you ready to help me? Okay, here we go. We have new, and that is like when you knew something, like from in the past. New, toward, money, build, fall, and above. Very nicely done. Today, we're going to focus on new and build. So let's get them out of our chart. And let's take a look at the word new first. Are you ready? Now, if you have something to write on, get it out and let's write it. We're going to spell it out loud. Here we go. K-N-E-W. W, knew. I knew you could read that word. Okay, let's look at this word, build. B-U-I-L-D, build. Excellent. This week, we're going to listen to a bunch of stories, and you're probably going to hear the word build a lot, so keep that in mind. Let's take a look at our sentence really quickly. He, how to, a town out of blocks. He knew how to build a town out of blocks. Maybe you can think of another sentence that can use both those words. Another way to practice is our favorite rainbow writing, and that's where we write our high frequency words using the colors of the rainbow. Now remember, on TV we don't use yellow because it would be really hard for you to see yellow, but you can see here I have rainbow writing, and that's exactly what I would do. I would start with red, and I would write my high frequency words. K-N-E-W, new. And then I would go on to the next color of the rainbow, orange, and then so on all the way till I use all the colors of the rainbow. And I would practice it over and over. Then I would start with the next word, build, and I would practice that one. When we say it and we hear it and we write it, that is how we get those high frequency words locked in so that we can use our extra brain power for sounding out words like we did with Mrs. O'Leary. You got it? Good. All right, today we're going to be listening to a story. It's kind of interesting. The sheep, the pig, and the goose who set up a house. I wonder what's going to happen. While you're thinking about it, while you're listening, I want you to ask yourself some questions about what's happening, and then see if you can find the answers as you listen to the story. We'll see you after the story.
The Sheep, the Pig, and the Goose Who Set Up House. A Tale from Norway. Why might a sheep and pig build a home? Who might build a home with them? What kind of home might they build together? Long ago, a sheep lived on a farm. He was always given plenty to eat, so he was quite contented with his life. Then one morning, everything changed. On that morning, the farmer's wife brought his food as usual. She set it down in front of him and said, "Enjoy this food while you can, dear sheep, because you won't be around much longer." She cackled to herself and added, "The next time we meet, you will be on my dinner table." The sheep was shocked by what the farmer's wife said, but since he was quite clever, he came up with a plan. First, he ate all the food the farmer's wife had brought him. Then he got out the door of his pen and ran away as fast as he could. The sheep ran to the neighboring farm where his friend, the pig, lived. "Good morning, dear friend," said the sheep. "Good morning to you," replied the pig, who was building a larger pen for himself. "But tell me, dear friend, why do you look so disturbed?" The sheep whispered in the pig's ear, "I have just been informed that the farmers are fattening us up because they intend to eat us for dinner. The farmer's wife told this to me." "Oh my," cried the pig, "what shall we do?" "We will go off and live on our own," said the sheep. "We will build a house for ourselves." "Yes," exclaimed the pig, "it will be our project. I will use my hammer. We will build a fine home together." Then the pig and the sheep ran off. Soon the pair met a goose that lived on another nearby farm. "Hello," said the goose. "Where are you both off to?" "Hello," said the sheep. "We are running away because we learned that the farmers are planning to eat us for dinner. So we are off to build ourselves a house and live independently." "Oh my goodness," cried the goose. "What if my farmer is planning to eat me? Let me go with you," he begged them. "I am a fine carpenter and I can make beautiful furniture. After all, every house needs furniture." "That is very true," replied the sheep and pig. "You are welcome to join us." So the sheep, the pig, and the goose went off and found a good location for their home. Using timber from the forest, the sheep and pig built a fine structure that was big enough for 3. And the goose made lovely furniture for their home. Before too long, the happy trio moved into their brand new home. They were unaware, however, that a wolf lived in the woods nearby and had been watching them. You can be sure that this wolf was up to no good. He wanted nothing more than to get into their home and eat them all for dinner. So the wolf planned a trick to get in. He knocked on the door of their house and said, "I'm just in the middle of baking and have run out of flour. Could you spare a cup?" But the 3 friends knew all about the tricks of wolves. After the trouble they went through to build it, they were not about to be eaten in their own home. As soon as the wolf came inside the house, the sheep gave him such a kick that he almost went through the ceiling. Then the pig began to bite his legs, and the goose pecked him on the back with her strong beak. The wolf ran out of the house and into the woods and was never seen or heard from again. And the 3 friends lived happily ever after in their marvelous home.
Okay, so did anything maybe surprise you with that story? I know that I definitely was a little bit surprised on how that all went down. Okay, so help me go through and let's answer some questions together, because I thought of some questions as I was reading, and it's always good to practice being able to summarize and kind of retell our stories. So let's go through and think about some of our things. With that first card that came up, what does the farmer's wife tell the sheep? And how does it make the sheep feel? Do you remember? That's right, that's right. So the farmer's wife told the sheep that she couldn't wait to have the sheep for dinner, right? To have that the sheep will be on the dinner table. And then the sheep was really shocked and ran away. So on that next picture, what did we learn about? What does the sheep tell the pig, right? They ran, found the pig, and then what did they decide to do together? Do you remember? That's right, they decided that they were gonna, the sheep told the pig that the farmers intended to eat them for dinner. And they didn't like that very much, right? So they decided to go off and live on their own. What happened next? Who'd they find? That's right, the goose. And what did they all decide to do together? Do you remember? Yeah, that's it. So they found the goose next, and they built a house that was big enough for all 3 of them. Now, how about that ending? Did that kind of surprise you? How did it end? Do you remember? What does the wolf want to do? And how does the story end? What did that wolf want? That's right. He wanted to eat the sheep and the pig and the goose. Was he successful? No. Do you remember? They came in and they kind of attacked the wolf, right? They fought back. And then, so the wolf wanted to eat them all. At the end, the sheep, the pig, and the goose attacked the wolf, and then they lived happily ever after in their marvelous house. Now, speaking of marvelous houses, I think that's what we're going to do today with our writing. So let's come over here and look at our writing prompt today. So if you could build your own house, what would it be like? Can you be creative and think of different things that you would put in your house? I know that as I was thinking about it, I thought of a lot of ideas. So I wrote an introductory sentence. It just says, if I could build a house, it would be beautiful. And then I can come up with a whole bunch of sentences of all the different ways that it could be beautiful, right? Now today, I'm gonna invite our friends over to kind of help me finish out some ideas, but you could do this at home too. So hi, friends.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, how are you?
Well, hello, child. Nice to be with you today.
Oh, it is so lovely to have you with us today. All right, can I get some help? What could we put here for our next sentence if we said, if I could build a house, it would be beautiful? What might our next sentence say?
Well, I thought of something.
You
How
did?
about there would be many rooms for my family and friends to stay in?
Oh, that would be great. Okay.
Yeah,
Did
I
you work
agree.
on? Let me see. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. So there would be many rooms for my family and friends to stay in. And you know, that's really important, huh? We'd
Yes,
like to have our
ma'am.
family
Yeah.
come and stay with us. All right. What else could we do?
Well,
Rita, could you think of something?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I would have a dining room, and the dining room would have a huge table so that everyone could eat together. Not at like a kid's table, but a big table.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That is just wonderful because then everybody would get to eat together and be together. I love it. I think that's so fun.
Yeah, 'cause it's fun to talk at the table.
Oh, I agree. All those conversations that you can have, all those things you can learn. So the dining room would have a huge table so everyone could eat together.
I like
So
it.
I'm starting to see a theme. I think you guys like to have a lot of people together, right? Okay.
We do.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have any other ideas of what we could add to our paragraph?
Well, let me see now. I might have an idea.
Okay.
How about finally, the living room would be large enough for all of us to sit and watch movies.
Movies.
You like movies?
I love
yes,
movies.
I do.
Ooh,
I
that
know
would be.
Ricky likes them too, even
Oh,
though he's
thank
not
you,
here
Rhonda.
today. He likes movies.
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, you've got Ricky and Rhonda and Rita and Tina. Oh my golly, there'd be so many of us all together.
And we could watch them all together. Wouldn't that be fun?
That
Oh,
would be
yes, I
so
love
much
that
fun.
idea.
So finally, the living room would be large enough for all of us to sit and watch movies together. All right, so what do you think? Are we all done? Is that that good enough?
Well, no, because it just kind of ends. And if we want it to be complete, we have to have a closing sentence.
Oh, okay. So how might we close this off? Do you have an idea then, Rita?
Yeah, I do. I said these are just because we didn't talk about the whole house. So these are just a few of the things I would include if I could build my own house.
That's true. Maybe there might be more. So you could add more later, but this is just a start, right?
Yeah.
I love it. So these are just a few of the things I would include if I could build my own house. You guys did a fantastic
I
job.
like writing together. It's fun.
I do too. And you know what? I bet our super readers have a great idea of what they would put in their own house.
I
So
think so.
let's have them do that, and we will see you back here in just a second because I think we've got an awesome book to check out.
Well, hello, super readers. I have another book for you today. This is a book called Not Norman by a goldfish story by Callie Bennett. In this book, this little boy wanted a pet, but guess what? He didn't want Norman. Norman was a goldfish. But guess what? He finds out that Norman can become a great pet. Do you know why Norman the goldfish is a great pet? Well, you're just gonna have to read to find out, 'cause Norman is the best pet. I would love him as my pet with my friends. So make sure you check this book out to read in your library or on Sora. Thanks for watching Valley PBS. See you next time. Bye-bye.
That was awesome. Thank you so much, Ricky. Oh my golly.
Oh, I love Not Norman. It's a good one.
Oh, that's such a great story.
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I don't know that one. Oh, okay, I'll tell him. What do you call a pig that does karate?
Karate.
A pork chop.
Oh my golly, you're so silly. You're so silly. I love it. Hey, thanks for watching Valley PBS this morning, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Take care.
Bye-bye.